Hi, class. Good afternoon. I just want to briefly go over the instructions for the first essay. Um, this will be really quick. I just want to make sure we're all on the same page, okay? So, this essay is going to be your analysis of a short story um, in in the modules or in the book from the book readings, okay? Now, you can choose any one you want. Just make sure it's one story, right? No comparing and contrasting stories. Just pick one, analyze a point, okay? Um, like it says here, this is your interpretation. It's your interpretation of what the story is trying to tell you, the message, right? Themes, all that stuff. I sometimes I'll give prompts to to help students out. But this is a 1302 course, and so you all are smart enough to come up with your own um, point to analyze, okay? Because if I come up with a prompt for you, that's doing half the job for you guys. Right? So you guys need to pick something to analyze in the story, okay? A literary analysis is an argument in which you argue that your interpretation of the text is valid. The thesis must be arguable and not obvious. Since it is an argument, the literary analysis goes beyond simply summarizing the text. This is very important, guys. Don't summarize the story. You should already know this from 1301, but summarizing is not analyzing, right? Um, if you summarize the story, you're telling me, well, the characters did this, and then this happened, and then this happened. That's not an analysis, right? Pick something to analyze and make sure your interpretation is valid, okay? As a matter of fact, an analysis requires that you look carefully at the language, words, images, metaphors, contextual information, and the elements of fiction, right? I posted that elements of fiction sheet. You all should be going over that, and you should have already gone over that multiple times. Okay, make sure you go over that. And one thing you can do is pick out one of those elements of fiction and work that into your argument. Okay. In order to write a literary analysis, you must assume that each word of a text is important, meaningful, and serves a purpose in the overall work. So once you formulate your interpretation, you must use evidence from the text and format your essay according to MLA style. This is in bold because I want you guys to, like I tell my other classes, show me, don't just tell me. Okay, if you're just telling me, well, in the story they do this and this is important, because show me, actually quote passages from the story, quote and cite the story. You should already know how to cite, right? 1301, they should have taught you this. But again, if you're like, well, I forgot how to cite MLA, I've posted a lot of resources for you guys on these modules in order for you to go back and look over, if it, in case you're like, well, I forgot how to do MLA. There's the MLA workshop posted. I think there's a link to the OWL at Purdue, which shows you how to cite in text and the works cited page. Okay. So for this essay, choose one of the short stories in the fiction portion of the class, and write an analysis essay. So I've opened up the other modules in the next week. I think the next week's module and the week after that, which has some more short stories. So you aren't just limited to the first 3 weeks of short stories. Okay. So go pick one of those, or pick one of the ones that's in the readings in the book, and choose that and then analyze whatever chosen story you've decided on. Okay, so essays should be in MLA format, 2 to 3 full pages in length. Okay, not too long. This isn't too long. It's not bad. You can get it. You can analyze a short story in 2 pages. Um, Double spaced in 12 point times New Roman font. At least one outside source is required to support your argument. So, really quickly, a lot of questions I get are, well, how do I incorporate a source in my essay? Your source should back up your claim. Whatever it is you're claiming, right? Um, the source should back up that claim. It shouldn't just be a source related to an unrelated source that has nothing to do, right? You can find sources on the library website, right? The databases. Again, this is stuff they should have taught you in 1301. Again, if in case you're like, well, they didn't teach us anything like that in 1301 and I have no idea, email me, get in contact with me, meet with me during my office hours, and I'll help you out for sure. I'm here to help you. But again, I'm assuming that you know this stuff because you should have been taught this in 1301. But if you're like, I have no idea, I've never done this stuff. Get in contact with me and I'll help you out. Okay. So, one outside source should support your argument, should be a source that analyzes probably the story as well, okay, that you've picked. This is due Friday, September 19th. So you have, yeah, over a week, right? It's due next week. I would suggest getting started as soon as possible. Um, and look over all the stuff that's in the modules, guys. All the links I provide for you guys. I think there's a sample literary analysis um, page posted there. So just make sure you look through all that, figure it out, see, okay, this is how I can do it, get some ideas for sure. Uh, and let me know if you have any questions. Okay. Now, also remember that um, I'm still getting questions about the book. The book is a 15th edition, right? The 15th edition. I know that it was the 14th. It said that was the mistake. I've corrected that, so it's the 15th edition. Um, that's the required book. Okay, not the 14th, the 15th edition, and that's the new one. Um, Sorry guys, the audio cut off. But really quickly, I'm going to there's a rubric here. I have to change the rubric since it's the incorrect one. But there's going to be a rubric, okay? I think it might be sure it's this one. I think literary analysis rubric. Let me view it real quick because there's one that's wrong because the criteria is posted twice. Uh, yes, it's this one. So this rubric is going to be attached to the essay instructions. So make sure you go over this, and it just tells you how I'm going to break down um, the grading. Okay, the criteria. So essay formulates a focused, arguable, defendable thesis. That's worth 20 points. Essay presents original ideas and is a well thought out interpretation. 20 points. Essay provides substantial support from the text. 20 points. Right. Essay uses language that is clear, concise, and appropriate. Essay incorporates at least one outside source. Essay contains minor grammar and syntax issues. So these things, make sure when you're done writing your essay or while you're writing it, you go back and look over the rubric and make sure that everything that's in here, right, is in your essay. Okay, because then it just breaks down, and if you don't have that, then it's 0 points and all that good stuff. Okay, so I will add this rubric. I'm not sure what's not letting me save, but I'll save it right now. Okay. Um, Oh, that's right. I have to add it. So let me know if you have any questions, guys. Please go over all the stuff that's in the modules. That's there to help you. If you still have questions, feel free to email me, get in contact with me, or schedule a office course with me. Okay. Um, we're doing good so far. What is this? The second, third week, I think already, right? We're in the third week of school almost. Next week will be a month already. It's going quick, guys. Going really, really quick. Um, have a good one, guys, and let me know if you have any questions, okay?